My secondhand embarrassment watching Hakeem Jeffries' baseball cap video was so intense that I couldn't talk about this before, but let's all cringe through this video together and then have a little chat about it.
He asked for a meeting and I took it to discuss the affordability crisis that exists, that is not a hoax.
No shit, we have an affordability crisis. Donald Trump is trying to destroy the economy as part of Project 2025, as part of his plan to enact retribution on the American people for his 34 felonies and being found liable of sexually assaulting E. Jean Carroll, for his failed insurrection on January 6th. No shit, we have an affordability crisis. We live under a kakistocracy where they are wrecking everything. How is a secret meeting with Jared Finish the Job and Gaza Kushner possibly going to fix the affordability crisis? How could you not anticipate? How did your team not anticipate? One, that this secret meeting would get out, and two, that the optics of it would be absolute ass. This is just such... My comments are full of establishment Democrats who are like, this was a genius move. Yes, this is a power play by Hakeem Jeffries. Look at Jared Kushner seeking out Jeffries. Well, first of all, they apparently have been in contact for almost a decade since they worked together on a bill during Donald Trump's first term. So it's not like Jared came crawling on his knees. Nobody is buying this shit that this is all about meeting with Jared to fix the affordability problem. The way we fix the affordability problem is that we kick people like Jared to the curb. No, we investigate and prosecute and jail them for their crimes against the American people. Like, that's the way that we fix the affordability problem in this country. It's just laughable that you expect us to believe that this was a legitimate meeting about that. And also just the optics, motherfucker. How did you guys not anticipate that everybody would be like, what the hell? What? Even, you know what? This may be the first time ever that I've agreed with James Carville. Even James Carville thinks that this meeting was a terrible idea.
At the same period of time, I shouldn't have to say it, but I am. No one is going to get a pass.
The only folks I've seen saying that this was brilliant are literally DNC strategists, influencers who take money from the Democratic establishment, and anonymous sock puppet and bot accounts. In fact, when I posted about this embarrassing baseball cap video on Blue Sky, an awful lot of people came out of the woodwork and to comment rah Hakeem Jeffries and to basically accuse any of us who are concerned about how badly this disastrous mistake is going over and how it's a sign of the fact that establishment Democrats can't read the room, can't take the temperature of the voters, also don't understand like how to communicate. They don't understand how to play the PR game at all. I had people in the comments basically like accusing me and other people of not voting for Kamala Harris. Like, I campaigned for Kamala Harris. I was a huge, like, we all got to turn out and vote for her person in the run up to the election. It's weird to see bots and sock puppets and establishment influencers thinking that any criticism of the overt ineptitude of Democratic leaders is infighting and must be coming from like never Kamala leftists, instead of coming from people in the Democratic Party who are concerned that those who are the leaders of our party don't know what the F they're doing, and they don't work for us. They work for AIPAC. They work for dark money.
We're going to hold every single member of the Trump cartel accountable, beginning on day one.
What?
If you're stealing from the American people, shortchanging the American people, or screwing over the American people, you're going to be held accountable. We're going to follow the facts, apply the law, and be guided by the Constitution.
What do you mean hold them accountable? How did that work out after Jared Kushner took $2 billion from Donald Trump in his first term? Where was the investigation and prosecution in regards to that? Where was the investigation and prosecution into all of the corruption? What did Merrick Garland do while he was in charge of the Department of Justice? What did Democrats do after Trump's first term? Yeah, sure, we had the January 6th commission. What came of that? Donald Trump is literally in the White House. There has been no dogged pursuit of justice by Democrats. And again, I don't want to discount the ways that Democrats are trying to hold the line, right? I don't want to discount the Democrats who are trying as best as they can, being the minority party. But Jeffries, very early on, remember when he came out early in 2025 and gave this very scoldy press conference? I'm not going to bother to dig it up right now. You can go look it up if you want to. Basically being like, what do you voters want us to do? We're in the minority. If you wanted us to fix anything, you would have voted for us. Yet another example of when Jeffries has no idea how to interface with his own voters, has no idea how to interface with the American people, insults our intelligence, right? Treats us as if we should just be grateful to vote for establishment Democrats because they aren't fascists, even though they take secret backdoor meetings with fascists. And then we're mad about it after.
Beginning on day one, and hold the crooks accountable. And that's what we've done as House Democrats from the beginning of this Congress. We battled the Trump administration on tariffs, battled them on Medicaid, battled them on Epstein, battled them on nutritional assistance, battled them on the Affordable Care Act, battled them on the reckless war of choice in Iran, battled them on ICE funding, and battled them on the unprecedented corruption unleashed on the American people. And we've delivered results. Pam Bondi is gone. Kristi Noem is gone. And we're just getting started. At the same period of time, the affordability crisis in this country is very real.
As I said in my video when this story initially broke, I actually think that this is a good thing. I think that the more we see the true colors of all of these folks, the more we are aware of how much they are funded by big crypto, right? This talk about like holding the regime accountable and holding the line in the House and the Senate, really, how many senators voted for Donald Trump's unbelievably corrupt crypto bills? How many Democrats have voted for the Lake and Riley Act, right? Like Hakeem Jeffries doesn't think that ICE should be abolished. He just thinks we need to give them more taxpayer dollars for like cameras and shit. To watch this just like slow rolling train wreck, right? This cascade, this compounding stack of errors, of poor judgment after poor judgment. It does not build faith in the Democratic Party. It does not build faith in the Democratic Party leadership in particular to understand what is required and to move us in the right direction. When you say on day one, we're going to have investigations, we're going to end corruption. How? What's your plan? How have you demonstrated to the people that we should believe you? What have you done to garner support from us and to build trust and confidence with the voters? You have secret meetings and then you get on here with your little baseball cap and like scold us, talk down to us, a video that is so defensive. The framing is wrong. I don't know who approved this script. I don't know who agreed to press post on this, but it's just, it does not look like the work of a competent leader. And it is the latest in a series of events, in a series of press conferences, in a series of secret meetings, of actions, of lack of action, of interviews on Sunday morning TV that just crush our ability to believe that Jeffries and Schumer will do anything to help us get out of this mess. It makes it's like laughable to believe that they're under the big tent with us and that they're on our side at all. And it's so discouraging because we need leaders who have a backbone, who have a spine, who have skill and savvy, who understand what is required of them to defend us against the onslaught of the fascists. We need leaders who are capable and who have courage. We need representatives in Congress who have the courage of their convictions and the skill to defend democracy, not political maneuvering to advance their careers. I mean, Jeffries is about to get everything he's ever wanted. His goal is to become Speaker of the House, and he's about to get it in November. And at what cost? At what cost? On one hand, we should be embarrassed and angry about all of this, but also it just shows us that we deserve better leadership than this. We deserve competent leadership. We deserve folks who will work for us and not their own careers. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want us to be discouraged by this behavior from Jeffries. I want us to replace him.